Hello, welcome to My Life on Paper. I am Brianna. Welcome to Mad About Mini Paper Pads, where each month we take our pads that are smaller than 12 by 12 and make a layout. And welcome back to May I Scraplift You, that we're doing all month of May. Today I am scraplifting Jessie B Scrapbooking. Um, and I took a little bit of liberty. I don't know why I developed these in a smaller size. I really don't, but I did, and here they are. So I have this simple stories 6 by 6 paper pad. Um, it might have been my first ever paper pad, and it was gifted to me, and it was not anytime recent. I know this is a rather bright green photo, but I am using these. I liked that kind of that quilted look, but I didn't feel like it was the same, mood and vibe as the photo was. So I'm going with the stripes and the plaid. So these are photos of we went to see Chevy Chase. He was not far from our home at a venue, and they showed the Christmas movie. And then he came out and like took questions from the audience and stuff. It was a good time. I think he's like 80 years old right now, and he um had his wife with him, and she kept him in line and kept him going, and it was interesting. So um I have cut the striped paper down to about 4.5 inches. I believe I kept the red at 6 inches and then just tore it off the side. Now you'll see Jessie's, she tore the inside. I cut mine down to 4.5 and went, ooh, I'm just gonna tear the outside. I also got a white core, which I don't really mind. It's kind of weird with having all the papers be like off-white, but I don't let that bother me. And then I kind of tip the other side of the paper upside down so that the stripes don't really line up, but they almost look like they line up, and the photos are going to go over the top so you won't see them anyway. I do take this green paper and I mat the photos with this green paper, and then I get them, I'll take my ATG adhesive and glue them down, but I'll kind of line them up where I want them. I do not have the gears like Jessie does. I instead went into my Iris bin of Christmas items and was super excited to find some K and Company um, stickers that kind of match the whole mood and feel of the paper behind the pictures. So that's what I'm going to grab out in a minute. First, I'll get this all glued down. Um, this was in between Christmas and New Year's. So, um, but it was a good time. We went out to dinner before, and I don't think I have any pictures of dinner before. I'll have to journal that as well. Jessie does not have a journaling spot. I do bring in a journaling spot though. Um, it's some of that, the Simple Stories paper pad actually that was a cut apart. These, they don't line up perfect, but again, I'm going to put my photos over the top. You're never going to know that they don't match up perfect. Jessie has hers kind of overlapped and not lined up necessarily, and mine are just going to line up. I decided, you know what, that's more my style, and that's the way I wanted them, so that works well for me. Those are those K and Company stickers. For a moment, I thought about put them a little bit cattywampus, and I thought, no, I'll keep them this way. So I'll get those glued down, and then I go to my stickers, and I was super excited. Not only do these match the feel of the paper, but it also has the photo corners. So now Jessie only used like 4 photo corners for the whole thing. I had 8, and I was gonna use them. I'm gonna get them used up. Now these stickers, there's a lot of like words, so like titles and stuff. So I only use one of the word stickers, but I use up the rest of this stuff there. So there's a topiary, or actually 2 topiaries, and just some like swags and holly leaves and berries, and I use it all except for all the word things. So there you can see I'm working on my corners, and I made sure to go up on top first where the words are close to the corners. I've learned as I've done this, you don't want to put them too close to your page, because I like them uniform on each corner. And so if you start with like the lower ones and you might put it in too close, on the top you're going to cover up letters. So a little word to the wise, or learn from my mistakes. There's the other topiary, and I think the holly leaves are, oh, there's the swag. There's one for the bottom. Then I stick one in the middle and I think, nope, it should go on top. And of course, they're not the stickiest of stickers, so it comes right up. And what's next? There's the holly. So that gets tucked in there. And there is some kind of a decorative gold piece too that goes up by Chevy on the left on the top there. Just for, oh, and then this says, Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? So that will be my title. And I'm liking the way this is looking, and it's pretty darn simple. And you're not using a lot of supplies. I just love that. So thank you so much to Jessie for the the layout to lift. Again, these are the cutter parts from Simple Stories from the 6x6 paper pad. I end up using the snowflakes. I like it can go that direction, and it's just a little bit for journaling. I'm gonna get my title down there. As I'm gluing things down, I'm thinking, it's missing something. It needs something more. So I go into my stash and I find these poinsettias, and I know they're Paper Studio. I think they might be from my scrappy bestie Becky. Um, so thank you, Becky. And I use these around. Now I'm thinking, I'm always thinking visual triangle, but I don't want to just put 3 on here. So I do go with an uneven number. I go with 5, and that makes me happy. But the other thing I'm also thinking while I'm getting this down is that it needs a little bit of spray. It's got a lot of white space. That does not bother me. And I think you can see in Jessie's that she probably did some inking in the background. So I just got out some spray. Now I didn't want to use red because it does look like a murder scene. Um, Here are my Nuvo drops. They're like a sparkly color, clear but sparkly. So I just use those in 3 spots. Um, and then I will grab out my spray. Shabby Shutters and I have a love-hate relationship, but it's the one trusty green that I have. You can see I'm like trying to see it. Do I have any other greens? But they're all like mica, and that's not going to work for this. So I just use it a little bit, and I use it kind of close to the torn edge. And that is it. So thank you so much for hanging out with me through the end. I hope you have a fabulous day, and please come back and see me again soon.